focus for this interview session.
Thank you very much. So far, so good. Taking over, like you pointed out, 100 days in office. We've been able to start from a scratch. When I say start from a scratch, our local government, which all we know and believe is the most backward local government in the plateau. Taking over from a local government that has never handed over any form of handing over note. We had to come up with the director of personnel. We insisted whatever he can be able to put in place, let it be that we are taking over from somewhere. And finding ourselves in such a situation is like starting from a scratch. The reason why I said we had to start from a scratch. So we had to rely on information from people. And of course, the little we've been able to gather and the help that His Excellency Barrister Caleb Mutfwang rendered to us, we have been able to do 1, 2, 3, 4 projects so far in 100 days. Langtang South, which is located in the Benue Trough, is prone to floodings, and we had issues of flooding in some of our communities that eroded some roads that connects almost 4-5 wards, and then some of the dams were overflowed and the banks could not hold, and these are the only source of water to such communities. Like the dam in Gamankai is an old dam. It was also eroded. And so we had to swim into action immediately to see that we retain this water, because in Langtang South, the issue of water is everything. Water is life for us here. We don't have water. So the little that was in the dam, we had to swim into action. So we were able to rescue that dam, and water is preserved in that place. And one of the major roads that link almost 5 wards from Sabwangida to Raki, Magama, Nasarawa, and Takbol, that road was also eroded. We swim into action. That's in October, and we're able to, using the Ministry of Works here, we're able to replace that road, and though it cost us greatly, but it was the only road for these wards to be accessed. So we achieved that in early October, and we took over. There was no one vehicle. The only vehicle we got was a vehicle that was given to us by the Ministry of Local Government. We set up a committee, access recovery, and the revelations we got is that some of these previous chairmen carted away vehicles. One took almost 9, including water tanker and ambulance. And so we swim into action. We try to see if we can recover. We're still on it. And so we had to think of something, and the local government were able to provide vehicles for the deputy chairman of the local government, the secretary, the director of personnel, the director of finance, and we also think of introducing transport services to the local government, which we've been able to acquire 7 Sharon buses, and then we also think of providing courier services to boost the revenue sector of our local government, which we've been able to register, and we're just waiting for the certificate. The buses are already been branded. Very soon, by the grace of God, we'll invite His Excellency to commission it for us. We intend to put these buses to ply Abuja, from Jos to Abuja, from Jos to Langtang South, and then we intend to expand as the services gets deeper. We estimated up to 120 million, and taking over from an account, a revenue account that has minus 1.9 million naira, and then the budget proposal, we're looking at 120 million naira. So we had to swim into action. The first thing I did was to disband whatever form of revenue that has been on ground. Then we introduced a task force. We first of all passed a bill to the legislative arm of this local government to make it a law. And so we put in place the task force. This task force, solely the responsibility is to monitor the collection of revenue by the local government revenue department. It will interest you to know that taking over an account that is -1 within 1 month, we were able to generate more than 20 million naira in Langtang South within 1 month. So the revenue sector is doing well, and our projection at the end of the year is 120 million, and going by what we have, I think within 6-7 months we should be able to generate that familiarization tour to virtually all the departments within the revenue. I gave them my words in whichever way I can be able to help to make sure that they have a cordial working relationship with the executive. And so doing, they opened up to us and we responded well. Taking over, we were in this office for over 1 month. We were only, let's say, 6 or 8 of us in the whole of this local government. The DPM, the DFS, and my appointees, plus my confidential secretary. And so I was like, this attitude towards work must stop. So we came up with staff verification. We set up a committee, and that was when we saw a lot of people trooping in. So I had to address them, and you can see the attitude towards work is changed. We're working in hand with Norgay, and some of the entitlements that were not paid, some we have been able to pay, some we are working on to pay. And so the attitude of the civil servants is actually improving, and we're still hoping that it will get. Langtang South is virtually the food basket of Plateau State. Taking over being the son of the soil is one of my priority. It will interest you to know that 90% of what is being farmed in Langtang South is taken to the nearest local government. And so the dividend that is supposed to be accrued to us in Langtang South goes to the other local government. And coming on board, the first thing I did was I went on courtesy calls to some of these agencies in Abuja, and I was able to talk with 1, 2, 3, and we've been working to see that their presence is here in Langtang South. We've gone like 80% with one. We're aiming at this raining farming season. Is an agency. They have agreed to come, provide equipment for our farmers. We should provide land. They will give us fertilizers. The farmers to say they will provide fertilizers to the farmers and improve seedlings and herbicides. And they are going to process this same materials here, the grains here, and export it. And so by so doing, if we can achieve that, I think we're going to boost the agric sector within Langtang South. We have land, the former PADP land in Sabongida. I have 2 in almost 100 hectares. We have 1 in Gangnam. We have 1 in Mabudi here. 1 is in Dingshan. So we intend to get this land and donate to these agencies because they are coming to farm big. They intend to also have an airstrip so that they can lift it here. And so to me is a major boost to our local government. Our people farm yams in large commercial quantity. But we're looking at these ridges. How can we improve? How can we mechanize these ridges? I brought a friend, an expatriate, and he's working on mechanizing the ridges for yam. If you go to a neighboring local government here on a Thursday and a Friday, you'll see trucks numbering up to 50 loading yams that are not farmed in that local government. They are all here. And so we want to change that narrative. We want to boost our market too. We want to be able to consume whatever is being farmed in Langtang South. And that agency is coming. I don't want to disclose that agency now, but I have gone almost, like I said, 80%. I've provided them an office. They came, did the inspection, dry season farming. If you go to Timshat, which is under Nasarawa Ward, under Turaki Federal Ward, as I'm talking to you, videos were sent to me yesterday. They are farming sweet potatoes in almost 3,000 hectares, the whole of that place. That Inkoa is farming cassava dry season. They are doing it right away. They started now, so that before the rain sets up, they will also be harvested. There's this improved root crop they brought to us. So we're working on it too. Not just that, Plateau State government through Placom, thank God for our time is now governor. Placom is doing well. Placom started, they are buying commodities. They started now, and they are giving farmers value for their money. We had a discussion and they promised us too that they are going to support farmers within the local government with equipment and herbicide to see that these things are being consumed here, not being exported out of this locality. So I think this farming season will be an interesting farming season for the people of Langtang South. We're also looking at cash crop like groundnuts. We've been able to get almost 10,000 hectares within 4 communities. See that we can go into that. We're also looking at benefits. See how we can also do that. These are exportable crops, they are cash crops. We know the power of the youths in every society. So, coming on board, we've gone round. We had an interface with the youths. And with the information we gather, most of them, some are interested in going back to school, some want empowerment, and some are looking at sports. So what we did was to find out, we have a stadium. Why is the stadium not being put to use? Discover there was a litigation from the landowners, and then the facilities are also vandalized. So we swim into action. We went, met with the director of sports, NFA, who directed us to the permanent secretary. And we're hoping that in no distance time, the stadium will be attended to. Meanwhile, we're believing God to set up a sports center or a little games village that will bring these youths together. And the ones that are interested in going back to school, yes, we're not going to provide them 100% scholarship, but at least we're going to see how we can sponsor them to some certain level, like paying for the JAM and subsidizing the WAEC and NECO so that they can go back to school. The ones that are into artisan, we are looking at bringing some resource person to put them through. Thank God we have a training center here that is being set by the Ministry of Science and Technology. And so we want to see how we can capitalize on that and give them some good training. And liaise also with the Bank of Industry. I sent some of my appointees there, and they said it's something that we can be able to assess. So we're looking at training them and then getting them some funds to start up in the society. And the ones that will excel through sports, we're also looking at how we can scout for people that will take them out, like the scouts that will take them out to better clubs so that they can also have a living. Security is everybody's business. So taking over office, within the 100 days, I can proudly say I have had 5 security meetings within the 3 months in office. I'm doing that not that there's a security situation, but in the event of any security breach, how prepared are we? Reason why we keep having this meeting. Langtang South has a large number of youths. I think within the southern zone we have large number of youths. Yes, there are 1-2 cases of motorcycle theft, burglary, and all that. And so, being able to mobilize the security with a vehicle from the local government and to aid in patrolling. We've been able to bring hunters and forestry guards to Langtang South. Registration is ongoing. We intend to have at least in every community their presence to secure the lives and property of people. Yes, the major security forces, agencies within our local government are understaffed. The personnel are not too many to go around. So we have to complement that with these local guards. And that's it in Hausa. That's it. He who has a father must live after his father. Our father, Barrister Caleb Mutfwang, if you look at his government, it's youth oriented. His appointees, vibrant youths. And by so doing, we are trying to copy from him so that the youths can be encouraged. Being also a youth, yes, I can be a model to others too. But my advice to them is to be sincere, to be diligent and dedicated in whatever duty or function they are given within the society. Integrity is the bedrock of every individual, and I will encourage the youth to be people of integrity. Your beginning can be now, but you don't know where God is taking you to. The only sustenance is your integrity. And so I will call on the youth to look at what His Excellency Barrister Caleb Mutfwang is doing and capitalize on that, and so that others too can be encouraged to have the youths involved in governance. Because, like is widely agreed, the youths are the future of every country, state,
is a global village and interaction made easy. Teen City This Morning is a live talk show program which will be showcasing happenings in Plateau State, Nigeria, and the world at large. We shall be bringing to you live interviews with the political and business class, feed you with updates within the sports and entertainment circle. Beam the beauty of our culture and tourism to the world. Teen City This Morning, touching all aspects of life.